Hello everyone, this is Lisa with Grace and Old Paper. It's been a while since I've done a video. Life just happens around me and, I get busy with things, or I'm just not in the mood for crafting, or actually it's that I'm not in the mood for filming, if that makes sense. It takes a lot for my shy, introverted self to make a video and post it. So actually this video I'm hoping to film this whole book that I'm fixing to work on as I do it. I'm hoping to, no promises, but I'm hoping to. I may not upload it until it's completely finished, just in case I change my mind. But so here goes. This is my new project. I have decided to, because I do best making books for people that either I know or my family knows. And my youngest daughter lives 5 hours away from me, but she has a friend that just had a baby. Now, I meant to make this book for this lady last month, before she had the baby, but Christmas season was a bit crazy for me, so I didn't get it done. So I am working on it. I hear that she likes to scrapbook, but I don't think she's ever done like junk journaling, so maybe this will start a new thing for her. But either way, this is something that I just wanted to make for her, even though I don't know her. But she's a friend of my daughter, and a friend of my daughter is a friend of me. So anyway, I am starting out with, as usual, I've gotten to where I love these. It's a Cheez-It box. And I think this one was a Cheez-It box. No, this one was a cereal box, I believe. Either way, works great. I have painted just some, I had this old paint here at the house, craft paint, and I just painted some on the outside because I just don't want it to show through accidentally, some of the bright colorings, because it had some really bright colors on it. On the inside, I have, excuse the lighting today. The lighting is terrible. Of course, I decided to film, and it's cloudy and overcast, and it's just terrible. But anyway, I have triple layered the spine with some more of the cardboard, the box cardboard from a different box. And then used some Tyvek tape to really reinforce this, because this stuff is so strong. So the spine is really, really reinforced. It's really good and sturdy, and the folds of it should last for quite a long time. What I'm going to cover this with, first of all, is let me try to reach for it, and it fell down. A piece of batting. That's what I'm planning on doing, just thin batting. I got this from Walmart. And then I was trying to think of something. My inspiration for this journal is like, and she had a little boy. And so my inspiration is like vintage little boy, like cute little boy stuff. So I decided I wanted to do a kind of pastel blue and maybe yellows and greens. So I was trying to find some kind of fabric to put on this. I know I could have covered it in paper, but I don't really like the look of that. I like the look of the fabric better. So I was trying to find some fabric, and I was going through my thrift store, and what I came upon was a receiving blanket. Really soft flannel, very, very small pinstripe, really pretty little blue. So I kept looking. I was like, okay, it needs some other kind of embellishment. I don't want to do it just plain. So I was at the, gosh, where did I find this? I think I was at Hobby Lobby. It was either that or Joann's. I'm not sure which. But either one. I found this piece of fabric. And, gosh, I don't know what I've done with the whole piece of fabric. Isn't that a shame? But I'll show you what I did. It had squares on it. And so I just found 4 that I liked in a grid. And I cut it out. And I kind of frayed the edges. And I have sewed it on to this receiving blanket. Isn't it just the cutest with the little animals? I love it. It's not vintage looking, but that's okay. It's still adorable, and just screams like little outdoor boy to me. So this is what I'm going to planning on doing is putting this on here. It will kind of, let me see if I can get a hold of it right. It will kind of look like that when it's done. Sort of. So that's going to be my cover. And I don't think I'm going to embellish it anymore. It just doesn't feel like there's something I want to do on this because it is for, a little boy. And I just think this would just look better. So what I'm hoping to do now, I looked through all my children's books. I have I have a big collection of books. It's like embarrassing how many books I have just for junk journaling that I don't do all the time. So anyway, what I'm hoping to do on the inside for the what do you call these, end papers? What I'm hoping to do is I found this book, and it's the cutest little book. But this is what I want to do, is these. I know I'm going to have to cut part off. I have not decided which side of this paper to cut off, because I like that he's painting the fence here, but then if I do that, it'll cut a lot of the critters off, but that might be okay. And over here, I think I'm going to end up, see, I can't decide. So I've got to decide that, which side I'm going to cut off. And then if you notice, it does not, like here's the end of the book right here. It does not meet in the middle. So I looked and looked through the book, and there was no other pages that would even remotely go with this. So what oh boy, I went through so many pieces of paper trying to find something that looked cohesive with this, that didn't stand out horribly. So what I've come up with is this. And I think it's going to look pretty good. It's kind of got that woodsy feel to it. I just like it. It's the best I have on hand anyway. I can't think of anything else I want to put in there. So this is going to be what the inside looks like, I believe. And oh boy, let me tell you, the decision-making process on picking out papers and signatures, I'm still not sure I'm 100% happy with what I've got, but I do like the outsides. So this is going to be my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 signatures. And my youngest daughter helped me pick these out. She's very artistic, and she knows how to mix and match things. But I just think it looks adorable. Really looks adorable. And I had originally been trying to match up greens to go with this, and then it dawned on me that would just not be good. So I think this looks really good. If you see this part right here, it will look really good. So this is what the front of each one. And I had to kind of marry these papers together a bit because, scrapbook papers just aren't as wide as I want them to be. So this one I added a bit. Is that the same darn paper? You know what? It's okay. It's okay. So this will be 2. This came out of a Fern Hollow book. Love the Fern Hollow books. Beautiful artwork. So that'll be that one. And then there's 3. I decided not to. I don't want to bring all the papers out at the end the same. Now, I may change my mind on that when I get to working on it. I don't know. I had some of this from back in my scrapbooking days. It's just cute little baby paper. And then I put this one on the back. I had this left over from my stash too. So I used to scrapbook a long time ago. And this one I did a little bit different. I loved this page, and so I needed something to bring this green paper all the way out, and so I put this on here and I've made it a pocket, and it wraps around, and it's got this little guy on the back. So let me show you the inside of the signatures, see what you think about them. So most of these have 5, sometimes 6 folios to each signature. Again, this is a Fern Hollow book. They're just beautiful. And I like having a mixture of the different sizes and the way things are sticking out. I like it to look all different. I don't want them all to be the same. This is just out of a journal, and a plain note journal that I had. And then I found this vintage envelope. Let me tell you, recently, it was end of November, beginning of December, my husband and I went out of state to help a friend of his, that his father had a huge storage building, storage shed. And they had sold the property, so they needed to clean out the storage shed. And we started helping them. Oh, I found so many junk journal treasures in that shed that I could have happily dug in there for days on end if my body could have kept up with it. It was exhausting. But this is one of the things I found in there, is this vintage little envelope. Isn't that the sweetest little envelope? So I thought that would look really cute in here. So I have, just a mixture of pages, because I just like the way the different widths and stuff. I've got to cover the back of this with something. I really liked this little guy sitting on the books, but I need to do something to the back. And every little boy likes his doggies, so I can't remember if they have a dog or not, but I love this. I think it's the 4 Little Puppies. It's a golden book. Let's see if I've got anything else interesting in here. I like I said, I'm still not 100% sold on the, look at that. This is, gosh, I can't remember what children's book that is. Little Fox. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Not 100% sold on all my papers. So we'll see. This I also found in that storage shed. A little vintage card. Cutest little thing. You can tell it is vintage. There is no barcode. Everything had been in that storage shed for, gosh, I'm not really sure. Maybe 25 years. There was so much vintage stuff there. This is another Fern Hollow book. So there's going to be a mixture of, there's going to be some white, there's going to be some tea-dyed, children's books, just all kinds of things. This also came from that storage shed. Do y'all remember these, the stationery that you used to fold up and it made it, you wrote your letter inside here and you put your stamp on there. I'm not sure how you were supposed to address that with this big artwork on there, but that is the cutest thing. And I thought that would look pretty sewn in right here, and she can do whatever she wants to with it, so I just think it's adorable. Let's see if I got anything else really fun or special. Another piece of that came from that storage shed. I found so many treasures. Loved this, and it did not, it was this size, and so I wanted it to be the whole thing like this, so I just married it with a piece of vintage children's book page that was really cute. And look at this. This came from, I got this book from a thrift store. How sweet is that? I just love that. This is the kind of stuff I really love. And it's harder than you think of to find stuff like that in the thrift stores, for sure. The little boy stuff, for sure. Another little fox, but I've got a thing going on about little foxes lately. I just don't know why. It's just cute, though. So, this one, yeah, I think I'm going to leave this one this way in the center. So, I guess my next step would be to, while I'm still thinking about these, because, let me see what I did with them. I have, hang on, I've got a container here that I keep a lot of my current projects in one of these things because it just holds so much, and it holds the 12 by 12 papers great. I've got little bits that I may put in for cards, little journal cards, or things to just put in. I'm not really sure, so I'm saving all that stuff just to be able to use it if I want to. But I had so many other papers that I wanted to use. Like, I have this. I had a stack of them and I don't know what I did with them. I even love this. It's a piece of paper that I found from somewhere. This is not what I did with them. I'm not sure what I did with them. I have a huge mess in here right now. You just wouldn't believe my craft room. It's an awful place. This is one of those Fern Hollow books. And let me tell you, this artist, and I'm not sure if this was the one that did the illustrations. I have used these end papers in my daughter's journal that I made for her. Yeah, I have torn this one up already. I mean, not torn it up, you know, I've used quite a bunch of the pages. But look how adorable. Whoever the illustrator is in here is just fabulous. So anytime I see any kind of Fern Hollow book, I grab it. I've got another one right here. Mysterious Fortune Teller. Again, every one of them has this on the inside. Absolutely beautiful. Here, well, let's see. Written and illustrated by John Patience. I may have to look him up, see if he did any other books, because his artwork is just so whimsical and childlike and beautiful, colorful. Absolutely my favorite children's book illustrations. Just love them. So if you want some pretty children's books, this is the ones to get. And I have gotten these from thrift stores. Makes me really happy when I spot one. It's kind of a little treasure, you know. I am trying to see what I did with the other papers that I had thought about using. Here they are. Now, this was other things that I had kind of wanted to fit in and couldn't. Like I said, I had that. I had this cute little children's book page, If You're Happy and You Know It. Just really cute. So I had that one. I had this pretty textured. I say textured. It's so built into it that you can't feel the texture. You can just see it when you. Hope you can see it. I'm not sure if you can, but it's pretty. I had two more vintage envelopes. That one even has a bit of. You can just tell it's just old. And then I had this little children's book, and absolutely love it. I have another one that I am going to put in here as an insert, and I'm not sure what I've done with it. When I tell you my room's a mess, my room is just a horrible mess. But so I've had, you know, I have other pages that I would love to put in here, but I can't decide what to take out. That's my problem. You know, when you have so many pages you want to use and you just can't. Let me put some of this back before I lose it too. This is the book that the end papers came out of. I can't even remember what thrift store I got it from, but oh yeah, my local thrift store. Paid $1.99 for it. And it was just a cute little book. I have thoroughly been all through this one. Just some of the pages, like I didn't want to. I think this is a beautiful page, but I didn't want to put it in a something that a child would have because the deer's crying, and I don't want anything sad, you know. So, but it is cute artwork, really cute. So that's just another one of my favorite little. If I ever see one of those again, I'll grab it for sure. Okay, well, I guess, you know, my next step is going to be adhering this stuff. And this stuff I will just simply use my spray adhesive, which I use this stuff. But you know, I was planning on doing that today, but that feels pretty darn empty. Do I have another one? Yes, I do. So I use this Elmer's Craft Bond, and I'll just spray it all over here, adhere this on, and then again spray it again. I will probably add some Fabri-Tac, but you have to be careful doing that because you have to do a very light coat, because if not, it'll show through this fabric, and that will just ruin all the effort, and I don't want to do that. So I'm probably going to take a break and adhere this and adhere this, and then when I do my next video, I will do the the corners and stuff like that. But yeah, I just wanted to show you what I'm going to be working on and what I'm working with. And so when I see you again next time, we'll do a little more. Anyway, may God bless you and keep you safe.